What's the challenge of trying to play against him? It looks like on the one hand you want to run with Embiid out there, but then you wouldn't want to run with Maxey out there. So how do you sort of juggle that?
I mean, they're a really good team. They're well coached. Nick Nurse has been in playoffs a million times. Obviously, he's a championship-level coach, so they're going to be prepared. You just got to go try to play your game. Obviously, you don't want to play against a set defense all the time, so you try to get out in transition. But in the playoffs, it's hard to get out in transition because usually the teams that are left at this stage are pretty good on both sides of the ball, so you just got to take whatever is given to you.
Mike, can you talk in particular about the challenge their guards present? I mean, three guys different.
Yeah, I mean, they're athletic, quick, dynamic, explosive. They can score from all three levels. They can play the pick and roll. They can play the hit handback game. They get out, finish in transition. Maxey's the number one guy in transition in the league, and so they pose a big problem for us when we're on defense. And then offensively, they're very good in the passing lanes. Great anticipation, long arms, quick, explosive, great at all those things, which equates to a lot of turnovers for teams. So their guards can give anybody a handful of problems on both ends of the floor.
What do you think of the idea of guarding? Obviously, that helps in a big role, but then the post would be coordination. What do you think of that idea?
OG is just, he's unique. He's special. He gives us, like Josh, the ability to throw different defenses at our opponents, and he can guard ones, he can guard twos, he can guard threes, he can guard fours, he can guard fives, and we always try to mix it up with him. He did that in the last series, guarding Okongwu at times, and we'll continue to try to do it going forward. So wherever we need to adjust, no matter who he's guarding, at this point in the season, we have a pretty good feel of what we may need to do to shore up this area, shore up that area, or help him when he's guarding this point guard, or help him when he's guarding this center.
What's your thoughts on when you come up with the high of what you did in the last game and now getting ready for this challenge? How you kind of get ready for this challenge with that?
If we expect to be who we are, we'll figure it out. We'll continue with our standards. We'll continue trying to sacrifice for one another. Continue to bring that competitive spirit every night. We'll continue to stay connected, and we'll continue to believe not just in the process but each other, while holding each other all accountable. So it's a veteran group. They've been in playoffs before. The neat part about it is they've been there together, and so they experienced a lot of the highs and lows together. And although I didn't experience that with them in the past, we've experienced positives and negatives or adversity this year and figured out a way to get through it. So I take my hat off to all the players in that locker room, because they're veterans, and they've shown time and time again that they're veterans and they can do the things needed to be done in terms of what our standard is, and that will help us combat against getting too high or getting too low.
How big of a factor can Mitch be in the series? Obviously whether it's defending Embiid or just what he could do on the glass, they're obviously not really deep. How someone like him coming off the bench, how much of a guy can be there?
He can be big. Mitch is unique, so no matter who we play, Mitch is extremely important to what we're trying to do. The way he offensive rebounds, the way he's a vertical threat in the pick and roll game, the way he protects the rim, his versatility guarding. He can switch on to some ones and some twos. He can't guard those guys, whole possessions, but he can switch on to those guys and make it tough. So I don't know if I said this or not, but his offensive rebounding, all that stuff is extremely important. for us this series, or no matter who we play. And so we need him to bring it at a high level, as well as everybody else.
What do you think of Mikel's development this season and where he stands as a point of attack?
All of us got to continue to get better, especially as we play games during this part of the year. But the neat part about it is Mikel has had a ton of experience and/or opportunity to be that guy, and so if he's that guy, or if Josh is that guy, or Landry or Deuce, they have a good feel of it. And at the end of the day, everybody behind those guys, they know what their job is. It's so hard in this league to just say, hey, you guard that guy, and it's up to that one person to stop that guy. It's almost impossible to do that. And so I always say, hey, it's 5 guys guarding the basketball. That doesn't mean that at the point of the ball you don't guard your guy and you just rely on your help. You got to be physical without fouling and all those other things. But it's about 5 guys who guard the basketball. When the ball moves, all 5 guys should be moving, so that ball understands, if I get past this guy, they have secondary and a third layer of help.
What do you know about New York and Philadelphia?
What's that?
What do you know about New York and Philadelphia? Like the rivalry between the cities?
I don't know much.
You're still here, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, I obviously coached against Philly in regular season, but I've never coached against Philly, obviously being here, so I don't know much. You hear that it's a great rivalry, but obviously I've never experienced it, so it's hard for me to really speak on.
You'll figure it out quick.
Yeah.
Do you take a look at the 2 years ago, that playoff match? You looked at that film?
No.
You know?